What's up? I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Dave.
And this is Engineered by God. Today we're doing something a little bit different and we're talking about a trending topic. But before we get into the video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're new here, and click the bell notification so you can be aware of future uploads.
So if you click the video, you already know what's going on. This whole Derrick Jaxn situation, like everyone's talking about it. It's all over social media. We've been talking about it. And so here we're talking about it with you guys. And want to see what you think, honestly. But here's what we think first. So before we get into like our initial thoughts on the videos and all that stuff, this whole situation sucks. Like this whole situation sucks. Like it's easy to pile on these people. Especially if you didn't like them, and it seems like a lot of people did not like this guy, I guess. But at the end of the day, it is still a marriage, and, and like we really root for healthy and strong marriages, and so like this whole thing is it's just a mess, and it's unfortunate that this is happening in such a public way.
Yeah. And the first thing I think I just have to get this off my chest is that she was not wearing a bonnet. Okay, I'm telling you, it was a hat. It was one of those knitted hats, but it was not a bonnet. I just have to set that straight.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! So
I think the first thing I guess we can address, since we were talking about appearances, we can talk about how it looked, and everybody's talking about, oh, it seemed like she didn't want to be there. It seemed really cringeworthy. He was gripping her up so tight.
Yo, my hand was hurting watching the video. I'm like, damn, let go, bro.
I don't know. I think for me, I think it's just keen to the point. Like, no matter, because I feel like they were saying all the right things, right? But people are just like, oh, it don't look like they in a good space. It don't look like they on good terms. Oh, she don't want to be there. Like, did you listen to what she said? She said she's at peace. She's fine.
Here's the thing, though. It's like you can be saying one thing, but if people are reading your body language differently,
right,
they're gonna go with the body language, like every time. And so, like, I could like when I first clicked the video, like I feel like I locked eyes with her. I'm like, wow, she don't seem like she want to be here. And it's just like once you get that like thought in your head, it's hard to really shake that off, no matter what they say. Like they could have been like, hey, we are 100% fine. Actually, none of that actually happened, but you're like, nah, she don't want to be there. So it's like it's really hard to shake that that body language off. No matter, even if it's not really like that deep.
I mean, when I watched it, and I told you this, like, I didn't feel like she didn't want to be there. I just feel like she's probably not natural on camera.
But here's the thing. Everybody does the same thing. The first thing you do when you see a video, you go right to the comment section. And everybody was like, she don't want to be there.
So then it makes you
So now you're looking for that.
Yeah. But I mean, it's hard being on camera. Our first couple videos, I mean, it was...
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, I definitely feel like, it's one of those things where like once one thing gets said, a lot of people start saying the same thing. And now you're looking for that confirmation bias. Like maybe that's just her natural way. I mean, we don't know these people. I don't know. You know what I mean?
You don't know anything about
But like,
them.
yeah, the body language is definitely a thing. But I want to
go ahead. No, go on.
Okay. So like my thing is this. It's like, if you preach something like really strongly and it comes out that you're doing the opposite, people are going to come for you much harder than like normal. You know what I mean? Because like even like, I mean, we're Christians, and even as Christians, we all understand that none of us are perfect. Like we all want to, if we were to fall, to be extended grace, right? We all want to have that, that grace and that forgiveness, because like you said, no one's going to be perfect all the time. At some point, you're going to miss the mark. But it's like when you build your platform or your brand on a certain thing, and that's the thing that you mess up on, it's like people really aren't going to give you that much grace,
Right. And the thing is, like, I don't know how long he's been doing this, but clearly he's been making these videos while he was in the act of doing what he was doing. And so it's like, well, maybe it's like takes one to know one, that's how. I'm joking. No, I'm just saying. The thing is, like, I only watched like maybe 2 or 3 videos because I got a good man, so I didn't really need to watch him. But I feel like he was saying some good things, but it's like
previous videos.
Yeah, in his previous videos. But then again, it's like to go back and watch him and know that. And however so long ago, you telling me how to watch out for treating with my guy, and then you're doing it. it just feels different. It feels different. But again, like we said, that don't mean that the advice ain't right. The advice ain't on point, because, I mean... And I also think that, like, sometimes people just don't want to hear the truth. You know what I mean? In terms of, like, his advice, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people didn't like him, and now they're just using this opportunity to trash this dude, like we said. But I feel like maybe they just a little salty because...
And the thing is, too, like, see, I don't really follow him like that, right? I've just seen just, like, some videos that have, like, trended, and I see, like, the advice, and usually it's really spot on.
Right.
But I think when I was talking to somebody this week, and, like, the reason that he didn't like him, because he felt like he was always talking down to people. And again, like, I don't know him that well. I don't know if that's been the case. Yeah. But I feel like when you're giving advice, but you're not open with your own struggles, like maybe this is something that he struggled for a long time. And so it's like, whoa, like if he's been open with like, hey, this is something that I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect, but this is my advice. This is what I've learned. Yeah. And then when you mess up, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. I get how you could have fun because you've opened up with us on this thing. Right. But it's like, if you don't present like your weaknesses and you're like, you know, where you're human like everyone else, then when you actually show yourself to be human, people are going to be like, oh, this guy's trash. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's just like, yo, he's just human like everybody else. Right. But like when you present yourself as more than that. And I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying like, that seems to be the perception. Right.
Yeah. And okay, so another thing for me is like, hearing some people like calling her foolish or whatever for still being with this guy, and like, did they even watch the video? You know, because okay, first here's my thing. I just have a hard time when people are telling someone, oh, you gotta leave, oh, you're stupid, you're dumb because you didn't leave the situation. Like, one, I believe in second chances. That's just me, okay? If we decided we want to work this out, okay, then let's actually put a good foot forward and work this out. And I think within marriage, it's so much easier for people who are not married. Not saying that all these people aren't married, but it's so much easier for people to just say, you better leave. But in reality, marriage is like, it's two becoming one, right? Your lives are joined together in a way that it won't be with any other person, right? So you have finances together, your friendships, house, children, if they have children, I don't know. But like, it's hard to say that I'm just going to walk away and forget it and not even try to make things work. And she said that she did leave when she found that out. Like, they were separated, probably not divorced, but like separated. And then after she saw that he was getting himself together, not saying that she was saying, oh, I'm going to come back, but after she saw he was going to get himself together, she's like, okay, let's work on it. Let's go to counseling. Let's get better. And I'm all for that. Healthy marriages, you know what I mean? Right. Counseling, moving forward.
And like, let's be real. We all know people, and you might be people if you're watching, who like have the perfect advice or talk real big and bold when it's someone else's situation. Yeah, you should leave that person. But when it's them, it's like, yo, they can't leave. They stay in a situation that, you know, if it was someone else, they'd be quick to be like, how stupid are you to stay in that situation? Like, there's so many people who do this all the time. It's just that those relationships aren't like on YouTube or on like trending on social media for everyone else to see. But like, even if she was foolish, and I'm not saying she is, like, again, we don't know the ins and outs of their relationship, the work that they've done or haven't done. We don't know any of that.
And we just don't like calling people foolish anyway.
But even if she was, the truth is a lot of people would do the exact same thing that they're accusing her of doing all the time. And I feel like, you know, we gotta, you know, let's be real about that. Like, we know people don't be wanting to leave because you tell them, like, because it's like good advice. Like, you give them advice to leave, they're not gonna want to leave until they're ready to leave. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Thanks,
so,
Dr. Viviana.
Right. Married at first sight. Paige, you can do better.
Okay.
You can do better, Paige.
But yeah, I mean, I just think it's like you said, it's easier to say one thing, but if they're working and they're moving past it and they're in a much better space and their marriage is so much stronger and healthier, like, I'm all for it.
Right. But I will say, like, just watching a lot of the videos and seeing some of the comments, I think a common theme that I've seen online is that there can be a really thin line between faith and foolishness. You know what I mean? I think oftentimes, like, we've seen people say things like, yeah, God wouldn't give me more than I can handle. Or, like, God's going to help us through this situation. When, like, discernment would tell you, like, hey, this is actually not a healthy relationship. Hey, this is person actually pulling you away from God. Like, even outside of marriage, like, mainly talking outside of marriage, to be honest with you. But, like, even within marriage. And so, like, it definitely is that fine line, because as Christians, like, we are called to forgive. Like, in a lot of ways, like, when you're living out the Christian walk, you're going to do things that people see as, like, weird and different. But at the same time, there is that, balance of understanding, like, hey, am I doing something, like, am I being faithful to God, or am I, like, just being, I don't want to say dumb, that sounds mean, but am I, like, not being wise?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, am I just putting myself in harmful situations under the guise of, my faith?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's an important thing. It really takes, like, prayer and talking to God and real discernment.
And so, like, here's the thing too, like, obviously we don't know their hearts. We can't really judge them, because we don't really know, like, the inward workings of, like, what they're thinking. But they did say, like, the good things, like, hey, we're seeking accountability and, like, wise counsel. And it's like, those things are really important, because I feel like oftentimes people who find themselves in these situations where they're, like, masking faith as the reason why they should be in a certain relationship don't have any accountability. Aren't going to anyone who, like, has a better understanding of what a real healthy relationship should look like. Like, they're just going off of, like, I don't know, their emotions, right, exactly. So I feel like if they're doing that work, then, hopefully things will just work out, hopefully.
I mean, they have already worked out. We're bringing up old news at this point.
True. But I think the most important point in all of this is that no matter how serious the topic, no matter what it is, these jokes is coming.
You can't hide from the memes.
Dog, Black Twitter is undefeated. Oh my goodness. Every single, I be thinking to myself, like, if Black Twitter was able to do the Super Bowl commercials, like, if they had the resource, like, the budget and time, like,
yeah, that'd be funny.
It'd be like 30 minutes after something happens, 15 minutes. It'd be like an endless supply of hilarious memes that are so relatable. Like,
yeah, no, that's good. But, no publicity is bad publicity. No publicity. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, so yeah. We're trying something new. We're doing something new. I don't know. Just kind of.
Yeah, what she said. But yeah,
So anyway, we are trying to do some new things. Try different things out on our channel, because this is supposed to be a lifestyle channel. So in our household, we were talking about this, and we were asking ourselves these questions and making points and all that other stuff. So we thought we'd bring it to you guys, see how you guys feel, and there'll be some other stuff that'll be different from the normal, just
hitting the topic, right?
Yeah,
and just
sharing what we're going through and what we learned from it.
Hopefully more vlogs and all stuff like that, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys like it. And if you don't, too bad.
But yeah, if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't hit it already. And comment. Let us know what you think about this entire situation. Maybe share it to someone, if you're still here, because you're probably, one of our close subs or whatever. Yeah.
That's the next level. We're taking our relationship to the next level. Okay. And subscribe.
Of course.
As always.
Of course.
If you haven't already. So that's it. See ya.